If you've been researching how to start an LLC and you're tired of seeing states with crazy fees, endless annual reports, and confusing compliance rules, Missouri might feel like a breath of fresh air. Because here's the thing, Missouri is one of the simplest and most affordable states in the entire country to form and maintain an LLC. And for some reason, not enough people talk about it. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to start an LLC in Missouri, how the process actually works, what it costs, and why Missouri is such a solid choice if you want low fees and low maintenance. And stick around because toward the end, I'll explain why Missouri is especially attractive if you don't want to deal with annual filings every year. If you're new here, hey, I'm Bobby Casey, founder of Business Anywhere. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs, including remote founders and international business owners, form U.S. companies the right way. Missouri is one of those states I often recommend when people want simple and affordable. All right, let's get into it. So, why Missouri? Honestly, Missouri keeps things refreshingly straightforward. The state doesn't overcomplicate the process, the filing fee is low, and once your LLC is formed, there's very little ongoing paperwork compared to most states. If you're running a service business, an online brand, consulting work, or anything that doesn't require a specific prestige state, Missouri can be a really smart option. And the numbers back that up. Missouri charges just $50 to file online, which already puts it near the bottom when it comes to LLC formation costs. Now, before anything gets filed, you'll need to land on a business name. Missouri requires your LLC name to be unique in the state and include LLC, LLC, or limited liability company at the end. Before you move forward, you'll want to run a quick search in Missouri's business entity database to make sure the name is actually available. It's a small step, but it saves you from delays and rejected filings. And while you're thinking about names, it's also smart to check domain availability. Even if you don't need a website yet, locking that in early gives you flexibility later. Next up, your registered agent. Every Missouri LLC must have a registered agent with a physical street address in Missouri. This is the person or company responsible for receiving legal documents and official state notices on behalf of your business. If you live in Missouri, you can be your own registered agent. Just keep in mind that your address becomes public record and you're expected to be available during normal business hours. That's why many founders, especially those running businesses remotely or from out of state, use a professional registered agent service. It keeps your personal address private and make sure nothing important slips through the cracks. All right, now let's make it official. To form your Missouri LLC, you'll file articles of organization with the Missouri Secretary of State. The filing process is fully online and very straightforward. You'll enter details like your LLC name, registered agent information, business address, and management structure. Once you submit the form and pay the $50 online filing fee, the state reviews it. In many cases, approvals come back fairly quickly. Once that happens, your Missouri LLC officially exists. Now, Missouri doesn't require an operating agreement by law, but skipping it is still not a great idea. An operating agreement outlines how your LLC works, who owns what, how decisions are made, how profits are split, and what happens if someone leaves the business. Even if you're a solo founder, this document helps reinforce the separation between you and your company, which is the whole point of forming an LLC in the first place. Banks and payment processors also tend to expect it, even if the state doesn't. After that, you'll want to get your EIN or employer identification number. This is your LLC's federal tax ID, and you'll need it to open a U.S. business bank account, hire employees, get paid by clients, and file federal taxes. The good news here, it's completely free, and you can get it directly from the IRS in just a few minutes online. Now let's talk taxes and licenses, because this part depends on what your business actually does. If your LLC sells products, has employees, or collects sales tax, you'll need to register with the Missouri Department of Revenue. Missouri doesn't require a general statewide business license, which keeps things simple. But certain industries and cities may still require local permits or licenses, so it's always smart to double-check based on your situation. Here's where Missouri really stands out: ongoing compliance. Unlike most states, Missouri does not require LLCs to file annual reports. That means no yearly paperwork and no annual state fee just to stay active. As long as you keep your registered agent active and update the state when your business information changes, that's pretty much it. For founders who want a low-maintenance LLC, this is a huge advantage. So let's zoom out for a second. To start and maintain a Missouri LLC, you'll choose a name, appoint a registered agent, File your articles of organization, create an operating agreement, get your EIN register for taxes if needed, and keep your information up to date. Simple, affordable, very founder-friendly. One last thing before we wrap up. Even though Missouri is easy, mistakes still happen. Usually around registered agents, banking setup, or missing tax registrations. That's why at Business Anywhere, we'll form your Missouri LLC for free. You only pay the $50 state filing fee. We also include your first year of registered agent service at no extra cost. If you want to skip the paperwork and keep things stress-free, check out the link in the description. All right. Now, I want to hear from you. Are you considering Missouri, or are you comparing a few low-cost states right now? Drop a comment and let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.